Let's get all sorted. I'm James.
And I'm Jeff. Today we explore the bizarre fever dream that is Fabuland.
As always, if you want to check out links to everything we're talking about today, head over to breakingdads.com.
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 You can leave us a comment there, or you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Still Sorting.
And if you like what you're doing, please let someone else know about the podcast. Spread the word however you can. We'd be extremely grateful. And I think we figured out talking this time.
That was by far the best we've done.
Yeah.
So we have exactly the right amount of coffee.
I was editing the last episode there, and I was like, should I just delete the entire introduction? I was like, no, this is too entertaining. This is terrible.
We'd like to point out that we are professional podcasters, in that we profess to podcast. I don't even know where I'm going with that. Hey, let's start the episode.
So what's today about?
Today, ever since we started doing this podcast, I've become more and more obsessed with Lego Fabuland.
How could you not?
No theme can boast such an odd sets that are somehow both amazing and terrible at the same time.
I don't hear you. I just hear amazing.
Yes.
You muted it.
I don't know. I think I once showed you like that shot of like all the Fabuland characters just staring at you, and I think you didn't sleep for a week after that.
It was amazing though.
But let's go back and ask the question: how did all this begin?
How did it all begin?
You want me to tell you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for answers.
It's a good idea. Lego released Fabuland in 1979 as a line to bridge the gap between Duplo and the regular Lego system of play. Right, so
that makes sense. When you look at it, that makes sense.
Yes, which is why. The line ran from 1979 to 1989. My count has them at 97 different sets. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of crossover between the U.S. releases and the British releases with different numbers.
Around 100.
100-ish.
100-ish.
Yes, over a decade. Not bad. It was aimed at children between the ages of 4 and 8, which is why they used special elements that were larger than standard Lego bricks, but were fully compatible with regular Lego. See, you had to mention that we were able to talk today. And now it's in my head. It's in my head. And it had a nice, beautiful primary color scheme, which works for, the younger children. And by far my favorite part of the whole release is the instruction books they came with, Yeah, they're beautiful. They're put together like a storybook.
They're amazing.
Yeah, there's a link on our page you can take a look at.
We looked at a lot of them.
They're fascinating.
Oh,
like there's sets that have 4 pieces, and yet the instruction book's 8 pages.
Yeah. No, they had like with the little characters building the set for you and showing you the process, but at the same time giving you narrative about the whole thing. Kind of. It made you want to play with it while you're building it, which I don't think modern instructions do at all. I think it's more like, here's how, let's get through this. Let's build the thing. And then now we're going to stare at it for a while.
Yeah. And then put it on a shelf.
Yeah. And this was so like, I could imagine these being a great little picture book just on their own. And it would be something kids would enjoy. It's not something you stuff away in a drawer.
Yeah. They're going to go back to the instructions and look at them again. And it's nice because it introduces all the different characters that populate this anthropomorphic village of large animals.
They spent a lot of money on art.
Yeah,
well. It's not like photos; it's original art.
Yeah, it looked like almost a Richard Scarry type storybook.
And when you see the whole Fabuland set, that's immediately you're like, oh, that's Busy Town. Like that has a total Richard Scarry vibe.
They definitely borrowed some themes there.
I can't imagine they did it all.
Like anthropomorphic animals and the fact that everybody is identified by their animal and job.
I think Lego would be like, oh, this Richard Scarry, we've never heard of him.
Never. Who's this?
Yeah, no, I hadn't realized when I first looked at the Fabuland line, but as soon as we looked at the instructions, that was like, oh, that's where this fits into the big picture.
It works really well. Now, it was also the first ever Lego property to have their own TV show.
Which I had never heard of this.
It's Lego Fabuland Edward and Friends.
Of course.
And it aired in Britain and in Canada in 1987.
See, how did I not see this?
I know. I feel like
I must have.
Well,
seen
87 though. I think you're a little too old to be watching claymation animals.
No. I don't know. Yeah, no. I'm sure I just feel like I must have seen it, but it didn't make an impression on me.
No, I watched way too much of we've got links again to the YouTube that show some, and I watched it all, and I couldn't.
Huh.
It was not like sometimes you watch something old, you'll be like, oh yeah, I had none of that recognition.
Huh.
The thing that blew me away is just it's Lego, it's on TV. It's very different than how they do it nowadays because there's no branding.
No, it didn't seem like a marketing venture.
No. I mean, there's some studs on some of the the airplane, the crow flies. You can see some Lego studs, but
it's pretty minimal.
Yeah, there was no big title that was like Lego Presents or anything like that.
And the fact that it's in claymation, I mean, it doesn't look bricky and shiny and plasticky.
Yeah.
It looks like, what's that, Miffy or no, that little rabbit, or like Pingu. Any of these other shows that have they're just kind of soft and bland, not bland, the texture on them is,
clay.
Yeah, it's just, it's not, not all shiny and reflective. Yeah, very different vibe.
Different, but I mean, it is, if you think of a British kids show from 1987, yep, it looks just like that. Yeah. It's the same voiceover, the same really milquetoast adventures.
So I don't know what their play was. Was it just that there wasn't so much stuff on the market?
Here, my theory, because BBC and CBC, they're very weird because they're owned by the countries.
Right, they're public broadcasters.
Yeah. And they tend to have, especially in the 80s where there wasn't a ton of money going into the BBC, not that there's a ton now, but it has a very DIY feel as a network. So my guess is some producer's son had a Fabuland set. He looked at the storybooks and thought, hey, we could do something like this.
And they do seem like filler because they're short.
Yeah.
So they could be just filler episodes. They're like,
you're
saying like Peppa Pig or something nowadays.
And a lot of Americans missed out on a lot of these things because in Canada and Britain, it was illegal to show commercials with kids shows. So when we bought an American kids show that had time for commercials, they had to fill in the 5 minutes an episode.
When it was on the weird channels here, yeah.
Yeah, no, even CBC back in the day, in the 60s, they couldn't show commercials. Before McDonald's got very powerful. Yes. And so, that's these 5 minute shows worked nicely to put in between a regular show.
Right.
Yeah. So fun stuff.
Yeah.
They was also the first Lego property to get its own book series, but really they just retold the plots from the TV show using production stills.
Right.
So not the most exciting. If you were a fan of the show, you've already seen it.
Yeah, I know. Those are painful books.
Yes. Yes. They should just put like marketing ploy as the title for all of them, because my kids definitely have some of Cartoon Network shows, and it's terrible. Like, oh yeah, I remember this episode.
Yeah,
when I watched it.
Learn how to read using your memory of a show you watched.
Yes.
So what else did this do right out of the?
Yeah, it was also, and I found this weird. It was the first theme to sell blind bag minifigs.
Really?
Now there's not a lot of info on this. There's a picture of the poly bag that it came in. It was foil. With no window, so you didn't know what you're getting, and it said random minifigure in another language. So other than that, I couldn't find any info on where they were sold or how available they were, or if it was just a concept that never really came out.
Was it just a marketing giveaway?
But they had a lot of different characters, and they sold character sets. So I could see it as a thing. I don't know where.
If you received these as a child, let us know.
Yes, if you can confirm the existence of a blind bag Fabuland, please let us know, because that would be exciting to me.
So when we build the time machine and we go back, we'll know when and where to go and get this from.
Because it's definitely a classic set nowadays in terms of you look at it and you go, oh yeah, that's from the 80s.
Yeah.
But they were doing a lot of the things Lego would now do very, very well in the 2000s, where you launch a product, you have a TV show,
it's cross-platform.
You have your books, you have your blind bags, the things that make them a lot of money nowadays, they were trying out back then.
Small scale.
Yes. Now, for me, the reason I love the theme comes down to the weird and wonderful sets. They each have a simple build and an amazing array of accessories. I think that's what sets this set apart.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through a good chunk of them here. So again, hopefully you can get your way over to a computer and clicky, because these are, you were going to describe them and you're going to want to look at them.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like,
sometimes the names. You're
yes.
Like, okay, I need to see what this is all about.
We'll start with set 338, Blondie the Pig and Taxi Station. Yeah.
So Blondie the pig is a entrepreneur.
I guess. I don't know if Blondie the pig owns the taxi company or just rents a cab. I don't know how it works.
So what does this
In the
pig?
Fabuland
What does
world?
this set say?
To me, this is you buy this set if you were a kid and you went, Mom, Dad, I want to play with a pig in his taxi, but I don't want to play with him driving around and picking up passengers. I just want to park him back at the taxi office, hanging out, looking at his car. Like, I don't...
Yeah, that's, I think, a high demand.
It's
A lot of kids think that.
It's really weird to have a taxi and a taxi driver.
Yeah, so weird.
And then an office. Like, there's no... It's just... I don't know.
Are they making a comment about Blondie the pig?
Blondie the pig's not very efficient. Doesn't work well. I don't know. It's fun though. I guess. The next set is set 347, Hospital. Lucy Lamb and Charlie Cat visit Dr. Dog.
Oh,
Dr. Dog.
Dr. Dog. Poor Charlie Cat.
Yeah, I don't. Is Doctor a real doctor, or is that just Dr. Dog's first name too? That's a question I have because no one else.
Yeah.
Charlie Cat's not going around. Actually, it's Professor Cat.
This is like Adventure Time with was it Professor Doctor?
No, it was Princess Dr. Princess.
Dr. Princess. Yes.
No, Princess is my last name. Bonus Adventure Time reference for the peeps out there. I don't know. If you were Charlie Cat, though, would you really go and see Dr. Dog?
Sounds like a terrible proposition.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Dr. Dog's going to be like, I'm sorry, we're going to have to put Charlie Cat down.
I think Charlie Cat was like, I've seen that hospital from a distance, and I like the looks of it.
Maybe.
Because it's a good-looking hospital.
It is. Now, personally, I would never go to any hospital that doesn't have a rooftop patio cafe.
Charlie Cat just wants to
Like
go get an
this one does.
espresso.
Yes.
He's just, whatever. I'll risk Dr. Dog.
I got to go to the hospital. What, are you sick? Nah. I just need a cappuccino.
Come on, Lucy Lamb. Get me over there.
Yes. Lucy Lamb's just Charlie Cat's bride. And Dr. Dog. Yeah.
I like too that I hadn't imagined all of these having British accents until I watched the cartoon.
Yes.
Because before I had no conception of them speaking. And now all I hear is,
and they're
Lucy
posh,
Lamb and Charlie Cat.
Posh British accents too, right? This is not like Cockney. Cockney.
No.
Although if you're Dr. Dog and you have a Cockney accent, I think that's...
Well, I think Charlie Cat, he sounds kind of
maybe
rough and tumble. Lucy Lamb.
And you think, it can't get weirder than that. But don't worry, we've got a lot more.
No, we're just...
how about the set 3665? Harry Horse and Clara Cow's Ice Cream Shop. And that's shop with an E on the end. Because
so are these entrepreneurs, they've gone into business together, have they?
Yes. And you definitely want to get your ice cream from Clara Cow. Do you want to hear her slogan for her ice cream shop? Take it from me. We only use the freshest cream to make our ice cream. I personally guarantee it.
I feel sick, Jeff.
Where do you think the ice cream comes from, James?
This is why I don't eat ice cream.
This is your problem right there.
Man, yeah,
It's a lovely set.
It is. It's kind of awesome in its disturbingness. Again, it just they knew it when they made these. They're like, what would be weird with this one? Okay, I got it. Ice cream shop.
Yeah.
Harry Horse. I think also that Harry Horse, his name is Harry because he's a horse,
right.
but he's Harry. Clara Cow. She's elegant, but she makes her own ice cream.
Yes.
Just a moment. I have to go into the back.
She didn't.
What's that sound? Clara's just making the ice cream. I'll stay out here and chat with you for a bit if you don't mind. All right. Thanks, Harry.
But fresh.
A little warm. All right.
I'm just going to move on now.
Yep.
Next up is set 3628, Perry Panda and Chester Chimp. You love the alliteration on it, don't you?
It just tickles me.
They're like, okay, we got a panda, Percy,
Perry,
Penelope, Pamela, Perry,
Chester Chimp.
Yep, Chester Chimp. I don't know. I feel like, in my mind, here's how the meeting went when they created this set.
Okay.
They said, okay, we got a panda and a monkey we need to get into a set. So let's just throw them together, right? So far, so good.
What are they going to do?
Okay, now we got to give them something to do. So let's throw in a scooter and a ladder. Yep.
Okay.
It's a monkey, a panda, a scooter, and a ladder.
Sounds like trouble.
But you know what? That's pretty good. But we're still missing something. I've got it. We'll add a broom. That's what this set was missing.
And you know what? I think there was a Hollywood studio that was on the phone after this one.
Yes.
They were like, I like what you're doing. You know, we had Smokey and the Bandit. We had all these other things that are going on. Perry Panda, Chester Chimp, they're going to be huge.
Huge, I tells ya.
It does sound like something ridiculous.
Why, they might star in a whole line of cereals.
Man.
It's,
what was that one with Clint Eastwood and the orangutan?
Something in the Man.
No.
No, wasn't it?
No. Anyway.
All the right moves.
That's what that made me think of. Something ridiculous. There's always like these ridiculous movies with animals that came out for a while there.
That was 1976, so
Was
that
it?
was
Okay.
predated. I think so. God, if I'm right.
Oh, you can't remember the name, but you know the.
I know it would happen before I was born.
Okay.
That's all I know.
It'll come to me later. I'll blurt it out.
It would have been a better
movie.
movie if it had a panda, a scooter, a ladder, and a broom.
This was. Why didn't this happen? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
What could be even more bizarre than this, though?
Well, how about 3666, Billy Bear and Mortimer Mouse's service station? What, I'm totally fine with a bear and a mouse running a gas station together.
Yeah.
But you got to look at the box on this one because, again, I'm assuming because all of these Fabuland people live their own lives. Right before the photo was taken, this conversation happened. Okay, Morty, you go sweep the roof, and I'll go throw these tools in the tow scooter. I'm really glad you talked me into getting the scooter instead of one of them big heavy tow trucks. No British accent on that.
No.
Yeah, it's I don't know why the mouse is on the roof with a broom.
Yeah.
And why they have it's a scooter with a tow hitch on it.
Is this the one with the gas pumps with the like faces kind of looking?
They look like a lot of the grills of
Smiley.
the cars and the gas pumps look like they're smiling at you.
Yeah.
And this definitely is.
Creepy.
Yeah. I want what kind of motor is in that scooter if it's going to tow? Like scooters can barely tow the people that are operating them, let alone.
He just tows other people around.
Yeah.
Just like hooks it right up. I'm just going to hook this into your shirt. We're just going to bring it back to the station.
Hey, my taxi broke down. Could you bring the scooter by to tow it away? I just don't.
Clara's ice cream isn't sitting well with me.
Yes.
Could you give me a lift?
Yeah. So that's fun.
So where might they tow you to, though?
Well, let's say you got hungry on the way home and you didn't want to have any of Clara's ice cream. You could stop by set 3667, Pat and Freddy's shop. And really, this is just your standard Fabuland little slice of life. It's just a fox selling a pig some French bread to stick in a baby carriage.
Obviously.
Just another day at Fabuland.
Yeah.
And they're all sitting there on the box like this is totally normal. Like the guy's got a store, I guess a food store, judging by the stickers on it. But he set up a stand outside to sell the French loaves to passersby with a baby carriage and no baby.
Just to clarify, Jeff, is it Pat and Freddy? Now, it's a fox and a pig. Is it Pat the fox and Freddy the pig? Or which way is this going to go?
I think it might be the other way around. I'm not 1,000% sure, but I am pretty close to that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And Pat the pig. Come on.
Yeah.
just the thing is though, I say that and
Just-
I want Pat the pig so bad.
Just moving on to set 3669.
This one doesn't have a weird name. It's just fire station.
Ah.
Oh, right. Good. A nice, normal fire station.
Yeah. What could be weird about this?
Well, apparently, if you look at the box on this one, it looks like it's a police station on top of a fire station. And then the police dog, it's a bulldog, is down at the bottom directing the non-existing traffic. Well, the fire truck itself has pulled up with its ladder up, and the fireman climbing the ladder to go rescue a photographer.
Oh, he's paparazzi.
That's up at the top. I'm very confused as to I'm looking at this going I want to see those instructions just so I can figure out what's at play here. What exactly
Was this a
what
rear
led us to
window
this
situation?
point? Yeah.
What's going on?
They're like, we built the building 2 stories, but we didn't build any steps because, we got that fire truck sitting there.
There's no building codes in
Yes.
Fabuland.
There really is not. I don't,
No. But that's what makes it so wonderful, is it hurts your head a little. It makes you imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, gee, I really want to rescue a photographing bear from the roof of the fire station. I don't know.
We're going to leave you up there, Peepo. You've been up to trouble.
Well, it can't. It's bear, so we'd have to That to have a B name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go there.
Bernard.
Bernard. Was he the French photographer?
I don't know. He photographs French poodles, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we have, there's a poodle coming up.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
So who's next?
There's a love triangle there. We'll find out.
Oh.
Okay. 3704, Marjorie Mouse. Marjorie. There's a name you don't hear
that's
too often nowadays. This one I love. It includes an accessory so obscure they needed to add a thought bubble to the packaging just so kids knew what it was. So you get a mouse, a vacuum, and what turns out to be a rug beater.
It took me a second. Beater. I was looking at it. I was like, what is that? Oh, that's not a tennis racket.
It's not like a palm frond to wave at people to cool them off. Things. I don't know.
She got the vacuum, which is a good hint. That's actually, if I hadn't seen the vacuum, I would not have guessed rug beater. As soon as I saw the vacuum, I was like, well, other cleaning things.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, right. That looks,
you gotta dust those rugs.
Like a rug beater.
Like, were rugs that prevalent in the world in 1982 that they felt they really needed to include one as an I love that Lego has made this as a thing.
Yeah.
Like that mold exists somewhere.
I think somebody had a memory as a child. It was like, well, doesn't everyone have rug beaters?
Yes.
Because they were from the 1930s. The past.
Next up, 3708, Rufus Rabbit. There's another name you don't hear too much anymore, Rufus.
No. All these.
I think Marjorie and Rufus would be friends.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they'd be more than friends, Jeff.
Well... there's nothing wrong with this set. It's just a rabbit with a basket full of bread that he wears around his neck, like you would a basket.
Obviously.
It's like a backpack basket. I don't know.
Little feed trough.
But it's fun, again, because the packaging for these small sets is fantastic. It's one character, and they always have a thought bubble. And in this thought bubble, it's letting you know that Rufus would much rather replace his bread basket with a jetpack, which would be great, except this is Lego. So if they wanted to give him a jetpack, they could have given him a jetpack.
No, they just given him want.
Yes.
It's poor Rufus.
Oh, man.
And his sad little existential crisis.
All I've got is these carbohydrates.
Has to have every day. Bread will not make me fly.
I only buy French loaves because they're rocket-shaped.
Such sadness.
More submarine-shaped, really. But what are you going to do?
Marjorie, can I tell you about the depths of sadness I feel inside my plastic soul?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Someone who else is feeling depths of sadness, I think.
Oh, no.
Is 3782 Paul Parrot.
Oh.
And so it's a parrot.
Okay.
And he's got yet another scooter and a wrench, just standing up on the back of the scooter for no reason.
Okay.
And then a camera.
He sounds like a blackmailer.
I don't know. I don't know. Again, the thought bubble adds sort of a weird context.
Is it a body in a trunk?
I don't know. Basically, the thought bubble is about a mouse, a female mouse.
Oh, this
he's thinking of. Yes.
This.
So
yeah,
we got the mouse, and I'm only going to assume.
Is that Marjorie? Paul Parrot's got a thing for Marjorie the mouse.
Maybe.
If Rufus finds out about this,
trouble. But again, why do you have a scooter with a wrench on the back unless you're going to use the wrench to break into somebody's house
and take pictures
without their knowledge? So
of maybe the rug beater, because that's, I don't know. He's a parrot. He has poor judgment.
It's not.
I think he's going to get off on any of the crimes that he's charged with because he's a parrot.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Yeah,
that's a weird set.
But at least there's some play there, because you can drive over to Marjorie's house and break down the door and take the photos. The next set is Paulette Poodle's living room, which we've talked about before on our Lego zoology episode, because it has the first ever minifig scale animal in it, the bird in a cage, which I think Paul Parrot's upset about.
Maybe he's going to go free it.
Yeah, maybe that's what part of the
Aviary Liberation Front.
Yes. And then he's going to document it with the camera so that
post that online,
so that Marjorie Mouse will fall in love with him after his brave stand. It's I don't know. It's got Paulette Poodle and her vacuum and her little living room, and that's a thing that we needed. I will say though, it's nice now to see Lego go back to the roots and start making living room play sets again. I'm looking at you, Big Bang Theory set.
We needed lots of little, sitcoms waiting to happen.
Yeah, up with living rooms.
Up with living rooms. Why, I'm just sitting here with my little bird. I wonder what's going to happen. Nobody's going to knock down my door with a wrench and take pictures of my little birdie. Poor Paulette.
Poor Paulette.
You know,
A poodle's work is never done.
I just, every time we talk about these, I just think Lego would not be brave enough to make some of the weirdness in this. It's just, I love that it really is its own bizarre universe. And anyway, I'm like, my brain is always trying to, we always do that. We're always trying to form narratives around these things because it just invites you to do that. A lot of Lego doesn't do that for me the way Fabuland does.
Or the narrative is obvious.
Yeah.
The narrative is never obvious in a Fabuland set.
Like the fact that he's just thinking about a mouse in the pit. It's like,
yeah,
I don't even.
Like the fact that somebody had to go, hey, I know, let's draw a mouse in the thought bubble, and then somebody had to approve that, and then somebody had to do the artwork, and they had to mock up the boxes,
exactly.
And then they printed it.
This isn't happenstance. This isn't just, oops, that one got out.
Yeah,
it's truly accepted weirdness.
But again, maybe within the book itself, it explains.
It could be there. You know, I prefer to not go there.
No, I like my theories much better.
But now we get away from the people and their weirdness, and we go to
set 3671 Airport, which is a good. It's a fun looking set on this one. But I don't know what it is with the Fabuland people and their need to sit down and eat and drink all the time. Because
animals.
You know, if you think a rooftop patio at a hospital's weird, how about a table and chair just sitting right beside the runway of an airport?
Just out in the tarmac.
And I'm pretty sure this is the only airport. This is Fabuland International Airport.
Well, maybe this is where the bag person has to go and, you know, have their little snack in between planes landing once every year. I don't know. It is odd. I think they looked at the tarmac and they thought, you know what, we've got all this. It's, you know, a little base plate with some smooth bits and some studs. And they thought, okay, we've got some studs over here. We need to do something with this.
There is a table and chair in almost every single Fabuland set. Not every, but very close to it.
They were like,
so I think that's...
We let you hire those artists to make you weird instruction booklets. We need to use these molds.
Yes.
We need to get our money's worth out of this. I think that was the conversation.
Now we go back to another smaller set. This is 3711, Tubby and Tuba. Okay. And this one is, I think, this set actually taught me two things. One, Lego makes a tuba, which is awesome and something I need to get.
It's true.
For my Lego marching band. And two, if you're an anthropomorphic pig, don't play the tuba or people are going to call you Tubby.
Yeah.
Which is really unfair because in his defense, it appears he's not any fatter than any other person that lives in Fabuland.
No. You know what I suspect, though, Jeff, is that it's not a pejorative to be a pig in Fabuland. It's just part of, you know.
No, I know, but it has to be because they call him Tubby. His name can't be Tubby.
Oh, right.
Because that doesn't start with a P.
You're right.
His name is probably like...
Paul.
No, there's another Paul.
Peter.
No, there's another Peter.
Phil.
Phil doesn't give you the P sound. Peroxide Pig.
Prince.
But Prince Pig, yes. His name is probably Prince Pig, and they call him Tubby, and that's just mean, Fabuland people. Yeah.
Come on.
It's not fair. He's not as cool as Robbie Rabbit, who is in set 3712. And I learned that Lego makes an accordion as well.
They got a band.
Yeah.
This is one of the first.
You could do polka. Now, you're finally a Lego polka set is complete. You got accordion and tuba.
This is the German market.
Yes.
I like this.
And I don't know, with Robbie Rabbit, if you thought accordion music was hard to listen to, then you've never heard Robbie Rabbit's album, Carrots. It's 12 tracks all about the benefits of an all-carrot diet.
Is it a lot of jazz hands? Carrots.
Well, he can't do jazz hands. He's doing the accordion.
Oh, right. Is this a Zydeco kind of thing, or is this just strictly polka?
He actually does a lot of different format. Each track is a different format. There's some like early rap in there, some old school. Yeah. On his track,
I have not heard many accordion-backed rap albums.
It's the track, the Incredible KRT, which works well for him. Because you have to spell it with a K because it's rap, so you can't spell it the right way. There's definitely a polka on there, Roll Carrot Roll. And
you really thought this out.
There's a march song, Roll Carrot Tide, which is a weird, I don't quite understand how it is. It's all about juicing, though, on that one. Yeah, so... I have nothing else.
Move on.
Okay, good. I'm like, I was trying to figure out a new wave song.
Nothing. No,
I got nothing. All right. Let's move on to this is, I don't know. This might be my favorite set, and I don't know if it's my favorite set in Fabuland or it might be my favorite set all time, or I'm just obsessed with it after staring at it for many hours making this.
It makes sense.
Set 3673 Paddle Steamer. James, can you buy me this set?
Any set that has a walrus captain and 2 sailor monkeys.
2 sailor monkeys.
2 sailor monkeys.
It's monkeys wearing sailor caps. Why don't I own this?
It is, this is another one we spent quite a while just looking at it, trying to form a narrative.
Yes.
It was like, okay, so walrus, yeah, he's aquatic. Why is he on a boat? Monkeys. Why has he got monkeys on the deck? Why is that monkey not swabbing the deck? Why has that monkey got his broom out in the water?
That is the weirdest part. The monkey sticking the broom off the side of the boat. He's
a monkey. You've asked him to do things and he's a monkey.
Yeah.
And the other monkey, what does he got?
If you've got monkeys as your crew, you're definitely going to call it the poop deck. Yeah, I went there. High five myself. All right.
And what does the other monkey have?
A wrench. A monkey. Oh, a monkey wrench.
Yeah, it's just sabotage. This walrus is sabotaging himself. How much do you hate yourself, Mr. Walrus?
But you know what, though? It would be terrible to have a walrus captain because, he's not going to care whether he hits a rock or not.
No.
Right? Like, we're sinking. Well, bye, guys. I'm outie. Hold on to that wrench. You'll die faster. It'll be okay, sailor monkey.
Captain goes down with the ship and then eats some fish while he's out there in the water.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a delightful set.
Monkey wrench.
That is so dumb, but so awesome.
So if anybody wants to just send me that set out of the kindness of their heart.
Exactly.
I'm willing to pay $2 Canadian.
Goodness.
I mean, not all at once. We'll have to do some sort of installment plan.
Now, you didn't love this next one quite as much.
I do love it, though.
You do love it.
The later sets all have a lot of personality. And the set 3662 double-decker bus is no exception. It's just a big red and yellow bus with large curved staircase. And it just packs...
Hearts on the hand railing.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. It just packs a ton of personality into such a simple build. And I love the idea that it's got a conductor. I can't remember if it's a fox or a monkey. I've got monkey on the brain now.
Yeah, no,
I think it's a foxy or a dog or a cat.
I feel like it was a monkey. I don't know.
No, it's not a monkey. But anyway, the conductor is in the bottom, filling out the whole doorway. So it's like, yeah, come on the bus. Take the stairs.
Yeah, get up there.
The outside stairs we have on this bus.
I got the space, and it smells in here. I'm going to be honest with you.
There aren't enough buses built with grand curved staircases. I think that's a real flaw in the transit system out here.
I think so.
And then it's got this the lamp / signpost and bench there, the park bench. They look beautiful, and I know that they're really poopy, and you can build similar things out of Lego without it, but these just have so much character.
But they're not Fabuland.
Yeah, I want them. I want them all. It's gonna be another expensive episode for me, isn't it?
Oh, this is
okay. And the last one we're gonna look at today is 3676 Kathy Cat's Fun Park.
Yeah,
Kathy Cat.
Kathy Cat.
I don't know. Can you own a park? And if this is a fun park she charges admission for, it's gonna be a lot of parents asking for refunds. There's nothing to build in this set, really. There's barely any pieces that come apart.
But
I think if I got this when I was 6, I would have loved it.
Yeah.
Because you get swings for your Fabulandy people to go on. You get a slide, merry-go-round. You can do your own little brick-built hopscotch, which is nice.
Pretty cool.
It's a lot of play to place onto one 24 by 32 base plate.
I looked at this and my first thought was, my 5-year-old would play the heck out of that. Like it is just, it's a little playground. It's like you went to the playground, you come home, you play with this playground, and it's got all the bits you need to have fun. And I was like, this looked like one of the most play-filled ones out of them all.
And I can definitely see a kid, they're going to get it, and they're just going to add things to it. They're going to get their Lego out and build other amusement-y things to amuse the rest of the characters.
And when you combine this with, a lot of the other stuff going on, you really do have Busy Town.
Yes.
You got a bus stop.
In a similar but legally distinguishable way.
Absolutely. It's a busy-ish town that's called Fabuland because it's a land, not a town.
That's right. And it's Fabu instead of busy.
Yeah. but it's phenomenal. I love Fabuland so much.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just all of that weirdness. I think it's just because every time we talk about it, it brings a smile to our face.
Yes.
Because it's so dumb and awesome and funny and weird. And it's all of those things. Just we always have a conversation because we just start laughing.
It's so innocent and sweet.
It is.
It's you can't do that nowadays.
No.
You have to have a little edge, a little tinge to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no actual blackmail photos block. You know, there's no there's no lasers, there's no weapons here. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just happiness.
There's wanted posters is the most it gets.
But they just want to bring them in so they can have fun together.
I think that might be what it is. I don't know. We've only talked about a small sample of the Fabuland theme.
Yeah.
To me, this is an example of Lego doing a juniorized theme right. I had color, fun, role-playing all wrapped up into its own sense of style. The theme also gave us some great parts, many of which are still in use today. The broom that the Wicked Witch wields in Lego Dimensions was first used by Elmer Elephant in Fabuland in 1982.
That's awesome.
So it's a fun little set altogether.
Yeah, and I don't know. I would like to see it make a comeback. If you would like to see it make a comeback, or you're glad it's a nightmare world of talking animals that has slipped into obscurity, let us know. Please leave a comment or hit Jeff up on Twitter. He's at Still Sorting. And if you're enjoying this podcast, let somebody know.
Yeah, that would help us out a lot.
It would.
And then maybe we could get some Fabuland.
That would, with our free podcast.
Yeah. I haven't quite worked out the economics of it.
I don't see where listeners equals Fabuland. I don't know. All the rest of it's like a big complex physics equation that I don't fully understand, but I know what the end part is.
Yeah.
Coolness. Until next time, I've been James.
And I'm still Jeff.